Hello, I want to make a video to introduce you to a sound engineer who I've been working with over the last 8 months. His name is Ivan and his company is Blindsight Mix. I'll have his email in the description below. You can contact him if you are looking for a freelance sound engineer at a professional level. And that's why I'm making this video, to recommend to you Ivan if you are looking for a sound engineer. I'll tell you a little bit about myself if you're not familiar with my channel, which I haven't really done much with recently, well, in the last couple of years, but I have increased my activity recently in the last week, and I will continue to be releasing more videos as I've spent the last 8 months or so recording a lot of music. I recorded my old band that I played with from 2000 to 2005. I had a lot of songs there. We self-produced a couple of albums, 4-track recordings. We played before the time of digital audio workstations. They existed, we just didn't have them ourselves. So we used a 4-track cassette recorder and then bounced right to a CD. It was a standalone CD burner. So weren't even using computers for that at that point. And the sound, those songs are uploaded to Spotify and everywhere. I distribute them through DistroKid under the band name Ready or Not, if you can find them. The first album was Pretend You Like It. The second album was called Self-Titled. I guess I could link to them in the description box here on this video. Maybe I will. But you'll be able to hear what I can do when left to my own devices for recording. Well, that was 15 years ago. Now I've been recording, like I said, my old band songs, and I've written some new songs. I had some songs I worked on post-band 10 or 12 years ago, and I like to write songs. And so I've been doing that for a while now. But over the last 8 months, I've been recording these songs in GarageBand and employing Ivan to mix and master them for me. So I'd like to show you, so I don't understand the technical elements of mixing and mastering. I can't tell you what it is that Ivan does, but I can tell you that in my experience, every time I send a song to him, he sends it back to me and it sounds better. So there's things happening there beyond what I can do with faders and levels and EQ and a $10 mastering app that I got on my iPad. So it's worth it to me to hire him to do this professionally. I send a very amateur product to him, and he sends it back polished as much as he can with what I send him. Also, he offers vocal correction, which I have to use because I'm not much of a singer. I like to sing my songs, but I don't know. I've never put enough effort into becoming a better singer. That's something that I probably could do, but I haven't done, and maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. So because of my weakness in singing, the vocal correction option is great. So I want to share a couple of examples of my mix and then Ivan's mix, so you can hear the difference yourself, because that's the big thing with recommending a service like this. I can tell you all day long that I like it, but you don't know me, and unless you do. And if you do, I don't know. If you do and you trust me, then maybe that's enough. But if you don't know me or you don't trust me, something about my beady eyes or something, then showing you his work can help. So let's do that right now. from my mix to his mix, you can hear it's just the bass is cleaner, is clearer, is deeper, and just you kind of get the overall sound encompassing better. Um, I don't know. Maybe the change is subtle, but I can hear some improvement on that one. Um, I'm not a professional at this stuff. I'll cough. I'm not going to edit that out. I don't know how to make a video. Um, Let me give you another example of a song. So recently I did a song where this is a song from a long time ago with my friend Jason. It's called Therapy by Pen, and we both performed it. It's on this channel if you want to go back and look. And um, I don't know. So anyway, like I tried to do it all. I tried to do it all myself, all the vocals and stuff. And like I said, I'm not a great singer. I'm not down on myself. It just that's the reality of it. I'm weak in singing. Room for improvement is what that means. Just need to practice, as anything. And anyway, so there was one part in the backing vocals towards the end of it, at the end of the song, that so when I sing it, so let me see, the way that Ivan has explained things to me as far as good ways to record is that we set up something like the backing vocals and guitars, and I'll do two takes, pan one way left, one all the way right, and then it gives in the soundscape, it puts them out here. So that's what the recommendation was. So I record things that way now. And with the backing vocals on them on one segment, I guess they were too far out of range as far as like if here's the pitch I want to be at, I was here or here, too far away for the vocal correction software to pull it in and get it where it needs to be. So I was listening to the master after Ivan had sent it back to me, and I noticed that it sounded different, but it sounded great. Like he'd changed something to the backing vocals. I don't remember what exactly it was that he said he did, but it sounded cool. And so he got a little creative in there, and I really appreciated that it wasn't just like, hey, your stuff isn't good enough. He just went ahead and made it sound good and sent it to me, and I noticed it, and it was great. I kicked my computer or my desk, and the monitor wobbled, and that's where the camera is. Sorry for that. And so let me show you. I want to see if I can find that clip for you on Therapy by Pen.
There's any way this self-punishment's all becoming me. This self-punishment's all becoming me. There's any way this self-punishment's all becoming me. This self-punishment's all becoming me.
Do you hear the difference? That's uncorrected and corrected. I don't know. Maybe my corrected vocals aren't still aren't corrected enough for everybody. Not for me sometimes, but I like it. I'm an amateur musician. This is something that I like to do. I have fun doing it, and I don't know why I have to justify anything. I'm not. I'm just explaining. That's all. I'm explaining to you the reason why I choose using Ivan's services for mixing and mastering. I looked at a local studio a couple years ago when I tried to get my band back together and really wanted to record my old songs and everything. And so I looked at the studio, and it was just, it's expensive. And I understand why. You know, some people are doing good work. Sound engineers and recording specialists, whatever you call them, sound engineers. It's another name I'm thinking of. Producer, I don't know. I'm thinking of producer. I don't know. There's probably some, whatever. The people who do the studio things, they're good at that, some of them. And if they are, then it costs a lot of money. But it was going to be super expensive. Just to do like 5 songs would have been thousands of dollars. And so that wasn't something I was able to do at the time. And just the mastering, mixing and mastering, excuse me, mixing and mastering alone, I think was $300 per song. And so that would add up pretty quickly as well. I'm not going to get into Ivan's fees. That's between you and him. And I don't want to say something, and then if this video is on the internet for 20 years and he's still doing this, and someone's like, but this guy in the video of 20 years ago said it was this much. I don't know. Not that that's a likely scenario, but I'm just not going to say anything about his prices. You can talk to him directly. But it's a lot cheaper than $300 for mixing and mastering. And so it became something that a little bit, a song at a time over the course of a couple of months wasn't ridiculously expensive. Well, I guess it's the same price, but it seems more affordable and doable. It's something you can kind of budget and build in, and so it was something that worked out for me better than had I gone with with a studio locally. So, and then working with Ivan is enjoyable. He's a nice guy. I've never met him in person or talked to him in person, just through email, but we've had good conversations. And so when I email him and say, you got time for a song, he says yes or no or whatever. Usually it's always yes, and then I give him the details. I separate out the stems, the tracks from my digital audio workstation. I use GarageBand, so I'll record. I'll make my best mix that I can do, which is what I was playing for you here, and then remove any kind of track effects or reverb and delay on the vocals. Take compression out, remove any equalization, undo any panning. So after I got my mix done, I take all that stuff out, strip it down to just the raw audio files, and I separate them out, upload them to. I use Google Drive. That's how. I don't know if that's he told me to do that or that's just what I was doing. And I asked that I was okay, and it was. I guess he's using them. But so I just drop everything in a folder on Google Drive, share that folder with him, and send him a link in the email. Tell him the key of the song for vocal correction purposes. Give him any thoughts or notes that I have on how I want something to come out. Giving him the mix gives him an idea of how I think the song should sound. But then he's asked me before, is there a song, like a popular artist song that I like the style or the sound or something about it that I would like to mimic, and he can kind of try and match the production quality of that. Um, I give him a little backstory of the song just because I like to talk, which is why here what I'm doing. But tell him about the story of why I wrote the song, when I wrote it, what was going on, whatever. And he said that kind of stuff is helpful to him because it helps him to capture the emotion when he's doing what he does. He's able to do different things. Again, I don't know the technical parts of this, but he does something to try and he focuses on that emotion as well. So it's like it's the next stage in the creation of this piece of art, which is what all this music is. And so I've created my art, and then uh, he's putting a filter on it, essentially a technical filter, but he's able to help to bring out certain emotions as well or feeling of the song. And I think he does a great job at that. And so I'll send him an email with all that information in it, and then he'll let me know when the song's going to be ready and how much, and then we go from there. And he offers edits, revisions. Typically, I don't. There's not a lot that I've asked him to revise, but there's been a few times where um, something didn't sound right. I've re-recorded a guitar part or something and sent it to him, or re-recorded a vocal part, and he'll just drop that into the mix. And or if there's if the backing vocals aren't loud enough, or the lead guitar is too loud, or something of that nature, I'll give him that feedback, and he'll make corrections on it for free. It's part of his service that he provides. Um, but it's great. It's great working with Ivan. I've gotten to know him a little bit through email, but we're talking about music and stuff. And he's always professional. He's got a great turnaround, a couple of days typically. A few times something comes up or whatever, ask for an extension, a day, holidays, or getting sick. I've been sick too, so. But he's always great in communication. Keeps me posted on what's going on. And really, we've done a few dozen songs now, and it's always been quick. We get them doing them one after the other for a while. I did so. I guess I can drop links in the description here. All the songs are available on YouTube under the topic, either Ready or Not topic, which is the band, or Paul Brody topic. And we're working on some songs that my sister wrote some songs, and we're working on that under the name Last Bit of Advice. So currently we only have one song released, and it's one that I mixed myself a couple years ago. But we have uh, an Ivan version of that too. Actually, I'll put those on here just for fun. You can hear that difference. Um, and I don't know. So this isn't Ivan doesn't know I'm doing this. Isn't like any kind of paid promotion or anything. This is just me wanting to talk about a service that I've used. If you're looking for a professional sound engineer, um, then it's someone you can consider. I wanted to provide a couple, some snippets of the difference between what I've been able to do and what you can do. So I'll play out the whole song. This one's called Brian. It's last bit of advice. So my sister Allison wrote it, and so I'm just gonna drop the whole songs in there. You can bounce around on them. I'll give you my released version if I have that. Maybe I'll just give you my it's on Spotify, but I don't know if I have. I guess I have it saved somewhere. I'll put that on there. I don't know. We re-recorded some parts, so it'll sound different. I guess I'll just send you I'll put my mix in of the new version and then Ivan's mix. So it's that way. It's the exact same tracks that have been mixed, but you can hear the difference between my best effort and what Ivan can do. And I think that's the best way to communicate somebody's work is to actually show you their work. So if you're looking for a sound engineer and you can't afford the big studio guys, but you want the quality to be comparable, then consider Ivan at Blindsight Mix. And his email is in the description of this video. So type up a letter or email and ask him if he's available. Tell him Paul sent you. Is that right? Yeah, Paul sent you. For some reason, that sounded backwards, like I shouldn't have said it that way, but I did say it that way, and that's the way it works. All right, so I am going to get back to working on lyric videos because that's what I'm trying to fill up this channel with. Is all the songs that we've just spent the last half a year recording. I'm going to put lyric videos, and I've gotten into animation on through an app called Procreate, which is really fun. I've been drawing stickmen for my entire life and little cartoons and stuff, so it's kind of neat to put them into motion and just experimenting with what that program has. I expect that as I practice, by the time I get through all of the songs that we've been working on this last year, I'll be pretty good at cartooning, and I won't need any cartooning correction services. But there's always room for improvement. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching, and enjoy this song, Brian, my last bit of advice, and check out Ivan if you need any mixing and mastering done. Thanks. Bye.